Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Sagittarius. If Sagittarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And this is a bonus reading, by the way. Bonus reading. This is like my fourth cup of tea today, this afternoon. So I'm feeling a bit silly. You'll have to bear with me. All right. So our card for today is the High Priestess, and this comes from the deck is called and I want to read it just so I don't mess it up. It's called The Carnival at the End of the World, Madame Lulu. Yeah. And it comes from I think a book. I think it's a book. I can't remember now, but I know the artwork is gorgeous. Let me just show it to you. This is the High Priestess card. All of the cards are so beautiful. I love them. Okay. So let's see what this might have to do with some of these formations. It's an interesting house. Look at that. It looks like a house, like a very detailed house. It looks like it also has maybe an eye right there in the middle. And it has roots. It kind of almost reminds me of Baba Yaga's hut a little bit with the chicken legs. But no, this is a house with roots. So I feel like we're going to be kind of in the realm of a place that maybe you grew up, maybe you live in your family's home, on a property that has been in the family for generations, something like this. You feel very much yourself here. You feel a connection. Your eye is wide open. That third eye, that ability to see. When you are in this area, there is a sense of psychic ability that is off the charts. Okay. And with the roots, it just feels like you belong here, right? You feel at home. Now, I'm looking at this one over here, and it looks like the Fool to me a little bit. We have a person who is kind of walking. We also have an animal behind them, kind of the dog running after the Fool, nipping at its feet. And so I wonder if you will be returning home after having left. Like maybe you went away to college, or you moved away for some reason, work, or you got married, or whatever it is. It took you away from where you grew up. Now, for one reason or another, you are either considering going home or you have moved home, okay? And kind of the end of that Fool's journey, or at least this leg of it, right? And I feel like there is just a sense of relief getting there, getting back to your place where everything kind of feels familiar. Maybe it's changed quite a bit. A lot of things have in the last 30 years, 20 years, anywhere you go, pretty much. Things have they've changed. And so there's that part of it. It's almost a little bit uncanny, but I think that you feel a relief. And the interesting thing is, I'm saying this, I feel like there's been so much, you have really found every reason not to go back. I feel like you just did not want to do it. You did not. There was something about it. If it's family or some kind of family dynamic or the community, or maybe there's just not a lot of opportunity, or, I don't know. Maybe you had a rough childhood and it feels hard to go back to, where you came from. But as you are getting there, my goodness, it just feels like, well, it's like something clicked right back in. You know, something really has come together within you. And I think this has a lot to do with this psychic ability, this clairvoyance. And I feel like, boy, it feels quite potent. It does. Now, trying to look at this. We have an R, quite clearly an R right there. Okay. So we have a capital R, maybe a name that starts with R. And this fly, little fly, my goodness. I hadn't seen a fly in a while, and then this one kind of showed up today. Probably because it's so cold outside. Oh, and we have an F. F-A. Maybe an I? F-I-R-I? I don't know. And then we have the R down here. Okay, so definitely the F. Maybe another R. I don't know. But definitely the F, definitely the R. There's an I as well. Okay, so I'm looking at this and now as I'm turning this, we kind of have this devil, the devil here, kind of dancing, okay? And we have a person who is kind of reaching out, and it seems like they're almost feeling overextended, okay? And I kind of wonder if this has been the thing, is that it feels like I feel like you almost feel it's not a haunting, it's not demonic, it's not like that, but there's just such a presence where you come from. And maybe this is something that is formed through just the living there, the events of your life. It just has like quite an atmosphere. But I feel like as a person who has lived life and you have grown in so many ways, you've seen so many things, you've done so many things, coming back to this, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for resolution. And also with this kind of devil energy, which the devil energy to me really has to do with breaking down kind of these constructs, social mores, the rules other people have placed upon you. And I almost wonder, going back, it's kind of like you are just going to be yourself. Nobody is going to, tell you exactly what you're going to do or who you're going to be. You've gone out, you've been successful in whatever you've done. Now you're coming back for one reason or another. And you're just going to be. You're going to be. And there's no shame in that. You're letting go of that shame, okay? We have a person who is walking on top of this large boulder here. You can see they're right here. This is right there. And there's the boulder. And we have 3 2s. I just want to talk about these. We have a 2. I have a 2. And then I have a 2 right here. Okay, so 3 2s, 2 2 2, if that's important to you. That energy is showing up. But we have this person who is walking in this metaphysical space upon this boulder. And I think the thing that really is keeping you safe, that's keeping you centered, that's keeping you in your power is this connection with spirit. I really, I feel like you're going into this situation thinking, nobody is gonna, kind of knock me around emotionally, spiritually. I am firm in my understanding and my faith and my connection to the divine. And, with that devil energy, I know that might be kind of like counterintuitive, especially if you're religious or, practice Christianity or whatever. But really try to separate it from that and, as a being, a consciousness, and think of it more as like an archetype of a little bit of rebellion, right? Not being put into a box. You're going to be whatever. You're going to be who you are. If your family doesn't like that, if your community doesn't like that, that's about them. That's not about you. You are coming back to where your roots are, where you're from, where you are being called back to. Okay, and there's some work to be done there, and I think this is going to be super important for you. Now, if you are, I keep saying you're moving back, it might be that you're visiting, but whatever it is, you have not been there in a while, I think, and at least not in a way where you are accessing some of these deeper connections and feelings. And I do feel like this is very strong. This is a very potent time. And so let's take a look. We don't have a lot over here, but I really do. I almost feel I keep saying to myself, it's not that this is like a haunting or something like that. But there really is that oppressive feeling. I feel like there really is some kind of spirit there. And it almost like inhabits the landscape, I think. And I wonder if when you were young, you didn't spend a lot of time outside kind of communing with not only nature, but there's some kind of atmosphere there. And it's some kind of, it feels like a spirit. I almost think of kind of like that movie It, or the book It, the Stephen King one, where, and it's not the same. I don't think that this is some kind of like murderous, nefarious spirit, but almost like the spirit that transcends the community. It inhabits the landscape. It does not adhere to time and space. It's just kind of, and it shape shifts. So it's not any one thing. And it's just kind of this uncanny feeling. Now, going back to something like this, as an adult, an accomplished person, but I think that, you also are very spiritual. So you're open to these ideas. You need to protect yourself, of course. We should be protecting ourselves in all that we do spiritually, because you never know. There are all kinds of spirits and intelligences that are kind of just, they roam the land, and so I think, though, this is a time to really fortify yourself, make sure that you're spiritually in a well place, and using protection, some kind of talisman, sigil, cleansing, whatever it is that you use for protection. A good time to implement that. And especially if you're moving back, if you have bought a home, or you're renting, or you're moving back into the family home, make sure that you cleanse that thing. Not only however you do that with a ritual, but also quite literally organizing and cleaning the home. It's important to start this part of the journey, with kind of a fresh, clean slate. Okay. So let's see, we're going to look at the Dreamer's deck, 40 affirmations for pursuing your dreams from the I Know collection. And I'm going to go ahead and stop where it feels right. We're just going to flip it over and read it together. And it says, I know that my finances will be taken care of, even when I don't see how. I am secure. Okay, and this seems important. And you know what? This might really have to do with why you are moving home. Maybe there's somebody else that is having financial things go on, and you are going back to help with that. You know, I don't know, but make this your mantra. Keep this in mind, okay? This is important. It feels like it really has wanted to show itself here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say thank you so much for spending this time with me during the Sagittarius bonus reading. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really helps the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing so. You can hit the little bell button thing and it will let you know when the next readings are coming out. And if you have not... Yes. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read all of them. They mean so much to me. One of the big reasons I keep doing these readings, I love connecting with you all. And what else? I think that's it. Yeah. So, Sagittarius, I love you. We'll talk again soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you.